everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. Mid-May, another Zoom interview. This time I got two people for the price of one. It's incredible. They're both in New York, but they're both in different parts. I got Noelle up top, the lovely lady there, Noelle Sorensen, and Josh. What's your last name?
Beresford.
Berenson. Okay. Yep.
Beresford. Yep.
Okay. Well, when the graphics are up, we'll make sure we'll get it. I love how to pronounce names because it makes our people challenge work and it's fun. Okay. So Noelle and Josh are actors, and Noelle's also a screen film writer. She just wrote a film. We're going to talk to both of them today, but before we do, we've got to read these off some underwriters, and then we will commence per usual. So we got Vape Solutions in East Bridgewater. We got Maggie's Cuts in Kingston. We got Carver Jewelers, Ronald R. and Lyle A. Delano Goldsmiths right here in the building. We got the Shooters Shooting Hardware Supplies and Accessories in East Bridgewater. We got New England Floorscapes in Middleborough. We got Salon Giovanni in Marshfield. We got Pembroke Radiator in Pembroke. We got good old Dave's Automotive right here on Route 58 in Hanson. We got Pacini's Pizza in Middleborough. They deliver. We got Genuine's Inspection in Middleborough. We got Sure Shine Pro Detailing and Hand Wash in Abington. Always looking for new talent. We got Studio 53 Salon and Day Spa in Pembroke. 20% off first time with the stylist Samantha. We got Ocean Street Auto Repair and Service Incorporated in Marshfield. We got the Gun Runner LLC in Middleborough, dedicated to your Second Amendment rights for customers and friends. We got DNS Auto Works in Abington, DNS Auto Works and Collision Specialists, and we got Madigan Land Surveying in Middleborough. I want to thank you guys very much. And now officially, Noelle and Josh, thank you for being on my show today and, taking time out of your day. And it's going to be a wonderful show, great interview, talking about a GoFundMe for your film. We're going to talk about the film and I'm going to profile both of you. So thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Really, it was really nice of you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, Noelle, let me talk. Let's start talk. I'm going to talk to you first because you're the one I arranged the interview with. Tell me a little about yourself, where you grew up, how long you've been doing acting, filmmaking, or whatever. What did you do as a kid that got you into it? If I have any questions, I'll roll them in, and then I'll go down to Josh, and we'll increase the conversation. So go ahead.
Okay, sure. I started as a musician.
Okay.
I did music for a while, and
Well, all right. How old were you when you started as a musician?
I started playing music as a little kid.
Okay.
Classical piano and stuff like that. And
How old were you?
when I started playing classical piano,
Yeah.
6 years old.
I did the same thing. I started playing piano at 6 too. Cool. Okay.
Cool. I mean, of course, and then that kind of led into some, dance, like hip hop dance, jazz dance, pop and rock music and things like that. And I love that. But acting, I got into that. Well, I've kind of always been into it, but I would say I got more serious about it somewhere around 2014, 2015. And now I really feel serious about filmmaking and about stories and making these projects come to life. And I'm learning that it takes a lot more moving parts to make a film than it does to record tracks like for music. So it's been a really incredible and overwhelming experience.
That's awesome. So where did you grow up? Brooklyn?
I grew up at first, in the New York City area, not in different parts of the city, but not Brooklyn. And then my family moved into the suburbs of Manhattan, and but I'm kind of always all over. I go up to Massachusetts. I go to Connecticut.
Come on up here. We'll have a party sometime if you're ever in the neighborhood.
And a lot of our fundraising perks that we're giving back in the raffles, they come from all over. They're New York, they're Connecticut based, and they can be mailed. And the film festivals, of course, are all over. So we'll probably be giving out premiere tickets to people that donate to the
all right, in a couple of minutes, Noelle, we're going to talk about all the films you've done so far. But now I want to talk to you, Josh. Tell me about yourself. Where did you grow up, and what were you like as a kid, and how did it get you into what you're doing?
I grew up in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
just north of Pittsburgh and Beaver County.
Okay, that sounds like Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, very Western, right beside
Right.
Ohio.
Okay, yep.
I actually went to school and tried to get a business degree, and then I realized every time I sat down to do my homework in college, I was like, am I going to do this the rest of my life? I don't want to do this.
Okay.
So I decided to.
Just curious, where did you go to college?
Robert Morris. It was college then. Now it's university. Robert Morris
Okay.
University. Yeah. And
Okay,
then after I graduated there, I couldn't get a job. They kept saying I didn't have any experience. So then I went down to Point Park College and took a couple other acting classes. And
is that also in Pennsylvania?
yeah, it's in Pittsburgh. They're in
That's-
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. So then I moved to New York about 20 years ago. And after I landed here, I got my first series regular role on a show called Dante's Cove. And the rest is history. I've
show
kind
called,
of,
what was it? Was it a TV show?
yeah, it was a TV show, but it's more like a pay-per-view TV show. It was on
Okay.
a thing called Here TV. It was like
Oh,
a
what was the name of the show again?
Dante's Cove.
Dante's Cove, got it. I think I've heard of it. Okay.
Yeah, they killed me off in the second season, but
Oh, I've been killed off in some films too. I love that.
yeah.
How
But
it's fun.
I got to work with now Stephen Amell is pretty famous from the Arrow on
Yep.
doing his thing. So I met him there. Tracy Scoggins was in it. She
Oh,
was,
my, wow. She's
yeah,
quite
you know
famous.
Tracy? Yeah.
I know,
yeah, she
yeah,
was-
of course.
Yeah, she
Wow.
was big in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even look that old. That's interesting. Okay.
Well, it's because I got my wrinkles covered up with my hat here.
Well, okay, you know what you're doing. All right, now, Noel, tell me about how, so you said you started like writing films in what, 2014? I mean,
No.
is that
No. I started screenwriting. I started in 2019 and
2019? But you did acting in 2014, right?
I started learning about the business in 2014. So what I did was I wanted to learn about film and television,
Okay,
the mechanics of it, the politics of it. So I started by honestly just doing some stand-in work, different things, and I would pick the brains of, the crew, the sound people, the DPs, and then I'd go home and I would get on these like MIT film courses. And that's how I started learning about the mechanics of this business and things like that. And just the way this works as a machine and the respect that I have for this industry, because it really is a community that creates everything. And it's not just about learning your craft and, getting to be a good actor. It's really about learning about the production side of it. Producing is a big deal. The sound, the cinematographer, the assistant cameras, the PAs, hair and makeup, wardrobe, everything that goes into, if you're doing a period piece, there's so much that goes into making that, I'm a little bit of a geek like that. Like I find that stuff really fascinating. And the screenwriting, when I decided to start writing, the first script that I wrote and was about to film, it was right before 2020 hit. So that actually got made. I'm going to, knock on wood, praise God, I'll make that after this because it's a little more involved. But instead of jumping in on my own, I coached with a couple of really great people. I coached with Kristen Hange, who produced and directed and created Rock of Ages on Broadway. And then I coached a little bit with Jessica Blank, who's somebody in film and television. And then I started meeting people at film festivals, and I became friends with an independent filmmaker, Luke Bond, and he and I connected for a while as friends. And that's kind of how the screenwriting got supported. And I would say like those scripts I feel good about, even though they're great, but even though they're my early work, a lot of people will say my first thing they might not feel so good about. I actually am really excited to do that film as well. So yeah, that's screenwriting.
Did you go to school for filmmaking or college at all?
Nope. And I listen kind of crazily all the time to these directors that I admire. And one of them is Tarantino. And he's like, you don't have to go to film school, but you do have to make films. And you should, and I'm not writing like an actor writing to do something. I'm writing because these are stories that I really want to tell, that I'm really passionate about and really excited about. And I feel led to do it. I feel really good about this film. I feel good about everything I'm doing. And I think I encourage people, do what you love, do what you're drawn to. I think it's important.
That's what I'm doing. Okay. So how did you two come to collaborate? And then we'll talk about the film itself.
Josh?
I'll tell you what, you feel free to jump in, each of you about this. So,
Would love to hear Josh talk about
all right, Josh, how did you two collaborate? How'd that happen?
Well, actually, we were taking a very advanced workshop on auditioning of all things.
Say that again, where? What was it?
Well, it was an online Zoom workshop
Oh,
we did
okay.
with Natalie Roy, who's like best friends with Kristen Hang. How do you say her name? Hangy?
I hope I'm saying it right.
Hangy or Hanji? Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, we met through a class, and she was helping me, and then I had a very big audition that came up for Blue Bloods actually, and she helped me run my lines, run my lines, run my lines, run my lines, run my lines. She had the patience with me. And then I actually got the call back. It was a guest star for Blue Bloods. I've been seen by them so many times. Didn't get the part, but I just heard they were renewed for a new season, so my chances are still good. But yeah, but then she called me up out of the blue and said, "Hey, would you love to do this film with me?" And I said, "Send me the script." And I read it, and I said, "Of course, it sounds great."
Okay, that's the film you're talking about now that you're doing the GoFundMe for.
Right. Yeah, and it's great to not to have to. I've only a few times in my career have I not had to audition, and I love that part of it. 'Cause
That must be
auditioning-
great. If you're,
Yeah.
you know, it's, you got it when you're a natural for the role. You
Exactly.
obviously are.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing, looking at you, it probably has something to do with either a lumberjack or a motorcycle gang leader, but you seem like a gentle soul, so maybe I don't know as much as I think I do.
I am
I'm
a
not judging a
gentle.
book by its cover. I'm just making an observation, so.
No, that's what I get, and that's the type that I get. I'm like a racist killer or a
Yeah,
racist.
exactly. Well, I don't know about killer, but
Yeah, well, these are the roles I play, but I actually, yeah, I'm a very empathetic person. I cry.
I
so
gotta get that you
easily.
are.
I can't get through American Idol without crying, like one episode. I can't do it. But
Okay.
that's me.
All right, Noel, tell me about the film then, and tell me about how you incorporated Josh in it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, first of
Don't
all,
give it too much away if you don't want to. I understand, but go ahead.
Josh is a beautiful person, but he's so perfect for the part of Shane. Like it was just, and it's funny, I didn't realize it when we were running lines for his Blue Bloods thing, and then he helped me do some little self tapes and things like that I had to do. And Natalie Roy had seen heard us work together, and she said, you guys work really well together. And when she said that, it was like a little bell went off. I was like, oh my God, he's perfect. And then I kept thinking, well, how do I ask him? Because I didn't want to audition anyone. I was like, all right, I know he's perfect for this role. He's like literally so right. And then I kind of like bided my time a little bit. And then I asked him. I was really glad that he was so gracious and so wonderful about the whole thing. And yeah, everybody that's reading the script is really excited about it. And I'm just glad I have Josh on board, quite frankly.
That's awesome.
Happy
Okay,
to be
well,
here.
so tell me a little about the film without giving too much away. It's about, I mean, is it kind of like a doc comedy? Is it based on reality? What is it?
Oh, yeah, sure. Well, it is a drama.
Okay,
And Josh is definitely not a killer or anything like that. He's
good.
he's an artist who's super talented, like a visual artist, a painter. And has a little bit maybe of a drinking problem, maybe. And his character and my character really love each other. And then there's some roller coaster stuff that goes on.
Okay. And by that, you mean proverbially speaking, you're not talking about an amusement park, right? Or right? Well, okay, just gotta make sure. Good, okay. So now you say are you working on the film currently? Or you're gonna be starting production in June? Is that how it's gonna be?
We're going right now. Yeah, right now we're in pre-production. We go into
Okay.
production in June. We have our crew, we have our cast, we have, I mean, there's more people actually that recently kind of were excited about the script and want to get involved on the behind the scenes part of things, but I can't speak to that just yet
Right.
because it's not formally in stone quite yet. But yeah, that's where we're at, and I'm just really excited. And also the producing part of it, yeah, the fundraising part of it, we really want to give back to people. So, regardless of where they're from, we'll make sure that we take care of you as far as the raffles and all of that kind of good stuff. So yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, tell me about some of the previous projects you both have been in. So let's see if we can cover them all. We got it about halfway through the show now. Let's see if we can, get your track record down. So go ahead, both of you.
Well, I've done a bunch of short films and things
Okay.
like that, and then I worked a lot on Marvel for a while, but not as a lead, just as someone like
Worked on what for a while?
Marvel, I worked on set for a few different Marvel shows, whether it was like just
Marvel, what's that? What exactly is Marvel? What is that?
Marvel, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. It's
Okay,
how do I describe Marvel, Josh?
Yeah,
go ahead,
there
Josh,
was.
weigh in.
Well, yeah, they were big on Netflix. They have tons of
Okay.
movies, but you're talking the TV shows, right? There was Jessica Jones. I love that show. It was great.
Okay,
Luke Cage.
Yeah,
I can't think of other ones. They had
the
other ones.
relation to Nicolas Cage, is it?
Daredevil was another
No,
one.
no, he's a made up character, like a
Oh, okay, I got it.
superhero. Marvel
I
or
see.
superheroes. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, I understand. Now, this isn't an animated series. This is a regular film, right? Or video.
Well, they were
Web
comic
series.
books. They were comic
okay.
books they turned into TV shows. Yeah.
I see. Cool. Okay. Wow. So you guys have really run the gamut with stuff. All right. What else? What else have you done?
Actually, Josh has been on FBI Gotham. What Josh?
Yeah, I've done. I was on The Deuce on HBO.
Okay.
Gotham on Fox. It was like the spinoff of Batman. It was a TV show
Oh, yeah.
for a while.
Okay.
What else? I did. FBI was last season.
Okay.
For all the Law and Orders and all that. The Dick Wolf shows.
Yep.
What else? I'm blank now.
Well, it's okay. Take your time. There's no hurry. All right. All right. Noel, what about you? Anything? Talk about what you've done separately.
Oh, Boardwalk Empire. I was trying to
Okay.
find that one. Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much talked about the film and the television things that I've done for the most part. I mean, I've done some other stuff, just learning the business, being on set of great shows as well. But like Mysteries of Laura, or I think I was on The Deuce a little bit there too, just to do some stand-in work and learn the business. But yeah, like just.
Okay. All right. So the script is already written. Now, what's the name of this film going to be that you go fund me in? What is it?
Hearts. Heart.
All right, got it. Okay, I saw that, and that's perfect. Okay, it seems, one syllable titles are great. They usually they're so obscure. They sort of tell a story that people can interpret in so many different ways, and that's always cool when you're doing when you try to reel in an audience like that, and I'm sure you're going to do very well with it. In terms of actors, how many actors do you have for the film about?
This is a short film. I don't know if you know that.
Well, okay. Well, how short? How long is it going to? How short is it?
I think that might be important to say. Yeah, it's a short film. It's going to run about 6 or 7 minutes. This is going
Okay.
to all the festivals, and there are 2 actors, and you are looking at them.
Oh, just you guys. Oh, okay. Sweet. Oh, that's good. Then I guess then we know who we get the autographs from already. All right. As far as festivals are concerned, tell me about film festivals that you've each been in so far, that you've each partook in.
Oh Lord. Film festivals I've been in. The most major one that I've ever been a part of was the Out Festival in LA.
Okay.
And that was right after I did Dante's Cove, because I was like a gay TV show, and then
Right.
I actually got cast in a gay themed independent film. It was really good. I loved it. The critics didn't like it so much, but I thought it was one of the best I've ever done. It was called The Way I See Things. And
Okay.
so that was years ago, like 2008. It was the first time I ever saw myself on the big screen, so that was pretty cool.
Sweet.
But, and then a couple other little festivals I've been around here, but I'm sorry I don't remember the names offhand. What they were.
Okay. What about you, Noel? How many film festivals have you been involved in?
Film festival version. I will be entering this film into film.
Okay. I like the way you stated that.
Mhm. Proud of it. It's all good.
and okay, when the film is done, what festivals do you plan to submit it to? Do you have any? Do you know how many already yet, or you just got something you got to wait and see on?
Well, no, a bunch of people that I know in the industry have been kind enough to talk to me about just some nice guidance there. There's different levels of festivals. Believe it or not,
Okay.
you can submit to the Academy Awards, which kind of blew my mind. You can, because they have a whole section just for short films.
I say go for it.
Yeah, so you've got your A+ film festivals, your A level, B level, C level, D level, etc. So I'm going to be submitting to all the levels. I just want all the love, and yeah, I want all the love. I want all that love, Harrison. That's what I want.
You
Um,
got mine already.
oh, thank you. And actually, there's so, like I said, my mystery person that I can't confirm yet that heard some of the script yesterday. If this person gets involved, they're a big festival person. So I think that's gonna boost my knowledge of how many festivals I can submit this to. But I guess you can submit to as many as you want, but I plan on doing quite a few on all the levels. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm
I'm-
excited too. It's so great that I got you at the exact right time. So where did you shoot this film? I mean, just how many venues did you use? Just, New York,
Well,
Pennsylvania, in between, where?
well, Harry,
Connecticut?
pre-production. We're in pre-production, so that means
Oh, yeah, you haven't done it yet.
right, we haven't started shooting yet. We'll be shooting in June, and there will be it's one location, and I actually chose that specifically for this film.
Okay, you want to name the location? It's up to you. You don't have to.
Yeah, sure. It's my bedroom.
Oh, is that where you are now?
No,
Okay. Oh, it should be fun. I mean, I'm, put it this way, I was wavering about whether to see it. Now I know I'm gonna see it. That's gonna-
the whole thing. Actually, I was watching something again with like a director's cut and watching all these directors talk, and they were talking about I forget what film it was from, and forgive me for that, but there was
Okay.
where they did a 10-minute scene all in this jail cell. And I mean, literally, it was like just this empty room. And the only thing I'll tell you, which inspired me, I don't want to give too much away, but they talked about how they incorporated the cinematography and how they were able to creatively work with that space.
Okay.
And that was 10 minutes. So it's going to be really interesting. I met with my DP on Saturday, and we started going through the shot list and things.
The DPN, what's a DPN?
He's the cinematographer. So
Okay,
the creative aspect of telling the story, not just with the script, not just with these great actors, right? Josh is amazing. There's the DP, the cinematographer. There's a way to work with the camera and the lighting that also actually helps tell the story. And I think that's why, I mean, a lot of people, I love theater, but I'm really passionate and in love with film and television. I think I like the fact that there's all these things that come into play to help tell the story. It's really exciting and kind of sexy, quite
well,
frankly.
you don't have, that's why I wanted you on the show. What do you think what do you think got me to want you on the show? I have to listen. As long as you're bringing sexy up, I'm not gonna dispute it. So tell me about the crew. How many people in your crew?
Oh, all right. Okay, so it's a small crew. We've got our DP, we've got our sound, we've got our
Okay.
we've got hair and makeup. That's 4. We have a 5th person that may be on board that also has to do with directing, assistant directing.
Okay,
And then you've got your actors, and then
that's just you guys.
right, and then that's who will be actually on set. And then once everything is done and filmed, then you've got your post-production crew, right? So
How
that's
many in that?
well, 3 usually, because you've got your film editor who does color correction, and as a director, you pick the selections and you put together which shots you want, and then
Yep.
you sound editing, and then you've got your,
The music,
well, sound editing is just for like us talking.
well, that includes music.
Well, it could, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is gonna be sweet. Okay, so I assume if it's a 6-minute film, I'm guessing I've been in films myself. I had a role in Shutter Island. I played a mental patient role. I was born to play with Scorsese. I worked directly with him. It was great. And then, but way back in 1997, when my first film was Amistad, I played a member of the House of Representatives, got fired by Spielberg on set. But a 6-minute film like you guys have, I'm guessing, I would think couldn't take more than a couple of weeks to work, I'd say.
Harrison, you've got my interest and you've got my ear. Did you just say you got fired by Spielberg on
Yes.
set? Not as part of the
I got
theatrical.
fired because I was doing a dated scene and I used the wrong jargon. It was 1997 and I'm supposed to be 1839. And I was a member of the House of Representatives and I said, is President Quincy Adams, is he okay? He was falling asleep in the chamber. So on March 22nd, 1997, Spielberg picked on me, pointed to me, and he said, they didn't say it like that back in 1839, you idiot, because I was playing a member of the House of Representatives, and he fired me right there. But look where I am now. Who's laughing now, baby, right?
Well,
You know, John Quincy Adams and I, we share the same birthday. 7/11.
By the way, you want to hear something else that's gonna grab you? You know who Sarah Silverman is, the comedian?
I just watched her today on The View. Yep.
Well, she's my cousin.
Oh, I love her. She's so.
So you can
funny.
have her. All right, guess what? But guys, we're down to the final 5 minutes of the show. So like I said at the beginning, we made it go by. I hope we covered as much about your stuff as, you know, you want your work as we could. And what I want you each to do is very quickly look at your viewfinders and give shouts out to lots of people, but make them, you know, condense them, and we'll wrap the show up the way we started it with my music.
oh, all right. Sounds good to me. Thank
Good.
you, Harrison. This was really,
Thank you.
thank you for sharing your stories. Those were really awesome.
I'm glad.
I should have interviewed you.
You can interview me next time.
I would love to interview you, actually. I'm already
Feel free to come up here.
curious about everything. The Spielberg story made my day.
Good. I hope it made your life. All right. But go ahead, do the shouts out, and then we'll wrap the show up.
All right. Shouts out. Wait, help me out here. Wait, I think
Say,
it was.
you know,
I'll
your
go
mom, your
first.
dad, your sister, you know, whoever, people in your life.
I'll
Just
go
say
first.
hi.
I will say hi to my dad, my fiance, my family. It's back in Pennsylvania. All my friends here in New York, friends in LA. Hope you're all watching, and I hope you're all having the best life you can have.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll say everything. Hey, Christina, Ingrid, all my friends, family, all my like supportive people that are in my network. You know who you are. I value you more than anything. Hey, we're here. We're talking to Harrison, and it's amazing.
Okay, well, if you had a good time with me, if you can send me other people, that'd be fine. I know you're in New York and I'm in New England, but you know, we live in a world now where we can go anywhere.
That's
Yes,
right.
with Zoom. Of course, I always prefer an in-person interview because, you know, it's in person. But, well, and on that note, I hope I hope, like I said, I hope you had fun. I hope you know, you plug your topic time to as many people as you can, you know, even if you don't get me any more guests, because I'm an up and coming dude too for what I do.
So much fun.
All
Love
right.
it.
All right, folks, were you ready to wrap it up the way we began it with my music?
Oh yeah.
Okay, folks, thanks for watching Topic Time. More great episodes to follow. See you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.